You are a monitoring, evaluation, and learning specialist at the University of Nairobi who is conducting a case study on Kenya's Tusome early grade reading program. Tusome, meaning let's read in the local language of Kiswahili, is an early grade reading program that targets students in grades 1 through 3 to improve literacy. Almost 5 years after the launch of Tusome through Kenya, you are working with a consortium of partners on a 1-year study to determine key elements of lessons learned and of Tusome's success. Through stakeholder interviews and focus group discussions, you learn that over 70,000 Kenyan teachers have received evidence-based professional development. Hearing this, you become increasingly interested in identifying how the Tusome program has been able to not only engage teachers, but also how this has contributed to the increase in student learning outcomes. Recently completing a training in behavioral economics, you realize that there might be a nudge driving the behavior of the teachers. Although the information collected thus far has been helpful, you are interested in observing one of 6 teacher training days per year. The school year is just about to start, and you arrive at a school in northern Kenya. You enter a large room where people have begun to congregate before the session begins. You head to the desk located at the front of the room, and you are asked to sign in by giving your name, position, school, if applicable, and email address. Everyone who has attended the training day has done the same. Shortly after, you find a seat and the training session begins. You find that throughout the day, teachers are coached on the use of Tusome textbook content and are provided with training on developing a lesson plan. A few people come to the session late. One of the facilitators of the session ensures that those individuals complete the sign-in sheet before they leave. You find the session to be engaging, and it seems that the teachers are taking to the content. Just before the session ends, the facilitator mentions that continued resources and opportunities for development will be made available to the class throughout the year by email communication. The session ends and you go up to the facilitator to talk with her about the session. She mentions to you that at the beginning of the Tusome program, they struggled to get consistent participation from teachers. To explore why, they distributed a survey and found out a few interesting details. The teachers were only told about the training days verbally by their head administrators at the start of the month. The date of the upcoming session was printed on a piece of paper and hung outside of the administrator's office. Lastly, the content of the session was only shared during the training session. Finding these details important, you take note of a few observations that you feel are important for the evaluation. The weeks following the session, you receive weekly emails from the organization that led the teacher training day. These emails include reminders of course content, coaching advice for implementing different parts of the curriculum, tools for reviewing a lesson plan, and regular reminders about the next training day. Lastly, the emails contain information about the culturally relevant textbooks, learning materials, and guidelines for reading instructions in both English and Kiswahili. You continue to receive these emails and notice that the only way to stop receiving them is to select the small unsubscribe button at the bottom of one of the emails.